First one on there is discussion of the update, state September the 8th primary election.
And just for the record, because people may not be able to see if they're just tuning in, the Chair Harris, Vice Chair Moran, and Member Paul Amaral are present at this time. I think Andrea was going to, but okay.
On section A, it says review and discuss Tiverton GOP Republican Town Committee in the primary.
Whoa.
Okay, so I think, and just in case any of you have gotten calls, because we've gotten a few calls at the town hall, not many, but a few calls, asking why there is no Republican primary for the Republican Town Committee. So as I understand it, as we have tried to confirm with the state and read the statutes, unless there's a contest, you don't have a primary.
Right.
And the best that we have, we had 19 people endorsed by the Republican Party. We had 5 people bring in signatures. That makes 24. The best knowledge we have, they have 25 available slots, 24. We made a call to the state to check on it. We've emailed the state to check on it. And if somebody, there was rumor of change of bylaws. If somebody changes their bylaws, they should be filing them with the Board of Canvass or filing them with the Secretary of State. We checked with the Secretary of State, nobody filed any. The best we have is that knowledge is that there's 25. Therefore, it's not required because those 5 members by Secretary of State automatically become. And just to show you an example of this, 4 years ago, I guess, time's flying, in 2016, there were 2 Democrats that I can't remember the reasons why, and I was on the executive board at the time, but I don't know why. But there were 2 Democrats that did not get endorsed. I don't know if it was because they came late or requested it late. I'm not quite sure what the story behind, but it doesn't matter. They were not endorsed. They each went out to take, I think one was late in getting changed to Democrat, but anyway, they each went out to get their 50 signatures. They were not placed on a Democratic ballot because we did not have the 35 members filled that the Democrats have. And in prior years, Jeannie Spencer has called the parties to say, hey, how many people? There's no change, then we have 25 members for the Republican, 35 members for the Democrats. Now, I'm going to tell you that that year, and I have documents here, but I don't know that it's necessary, but for my information, I went back and I pulled some documents from that election in 2016. And as we all know, in January, they have a reorganizational meeting where they elect their officers. And it is required that they send not only their list of officers, but their list of members to the Board of Canvass. Now, I only have here, as Bob can see it, this is what the Democrats send in. And it tells me that they're allowed 35 individuals. They list every one of their members, and they list their executive board and their chairs. And in it, this is their reorganizational meeting in January of 2017. It shows that the 2 people that had gone out and got the signatures, but were not on the ballot, they were pulled in at that time. So that is what I have. That's what we have to go by. I did get a phone call and they said, well, what about, we didn't endorse that many, so, but it doesn't matter who you endorse. The Democrats didn't endorse 35. They endorsed, I don't know how many that year, 28 or something. So if more took, it's automatic. And I do have different statutes that I pulled, but I mean, I'm not going into big background check on this. I mean, I feel comfortable that they didn't belong on there. We checked with the state. We never do this stuff off the cuff. And I don't know if anybody has any questions on it, fine.
So if I understand you right, the 19 people that were turned in are going to be automatic. They don't have to be on the ballot, but the 5 that got signatures are going to be on the ballot.
No.
They're
No.
not going to be on the ballot.
Ballot to the Republicans. You do not put a ballot unless you are over your quota. Your quota is.
Oh, okay, because it gets us to 24, so we don't need it. Okay,
Right.
all right.
Now,
I see.
I will tell you that there were 8 other people that pulled the declaration paper to get on the Republican ballot, but they didn't turn in any signatures, so they
Yeah.
didn't qualify.
Right.
So I only had 5 qualify plus 19 endorsed, gave me 24.
That's good. Yay,
So-
Bobby, huh?
That's about where we stand with that. I did show,
Yeah.
Bobby came in because of the meeting today. So I did show him, we have a few statutes, Rhode Island general laws that kind of govern this, but that's about where we are on. I just want you to know so that if in fact somebody questions you on it, because I have seen some things on Facebook. I do not respond to Facebook. I'm not going back and forth with Facebook. And, but I have seen some misinformation regarding when Republican candidates, the Republican committee are going to be on a ballot. The primary is September 8th. There is no Republican primary. There is only a Democratic primary for district, House District Rep 71. Okay, so I'm letting you know that if anybody wants any of the backup we have, I'll send it to you, but it was just my research to make sure I felt comfortable. And one other piece to add to that, because I didn't have any bylaws, I asked Bob if he had any, being chair or co-chair of your organization. When I look at that, I see that it says the membership currently is 25, and then looks like in January it's going to change. But they're not even signed copies, so I can't.
Yeah.
It is the job of the party to let us know what you're doing. So that's the end of that. That's more for information in case you get calls.
So anybody of those 24 can be eligible for officers within the organization starting in January.
I don't know what your bylaws say for officers, but they
Well,
qualify as a member.
okay,
I don't know about officers. I don't know.
No, according to this new one, you can't.
But that's not the worry
Yeah,
of the board.
that's
It's
right.
just that, okay, do you feel
Yeah,
comfortable
okay.
enough with that, or any questions, or,
mhm.
okay.
Okay. Do we have a motion on that?
There's no motion
motion.
necessary, it's
Okay.
just info.
Okay. Protection equipment.
So, we have about 12 of these plexiglass guards, the big. So that will handle what we need for the primary, and it should handle the FTR. It will not handle the general election should all 7 polls open. I'm kind of stalling a little in purchasing any more because, we are spending a lot of extra money, and I'm kind of stalling, but I'll wait till around September This gentleman that makes these has been very good, and they're good, sturdy. Problem is we got to store all these after and everything, but we'll see what, I'll keep you informed as we go along for that. I don't know how much we're going to get from the state regarding face masks, gloves, shields, face shields, hand sanitizer, but don't worry about it. Whatever we don't get from them, we will provide there. Keeping in mind that you do not have to have a mask. But, we encourage them to wear it. But I think we're going to try. I did speak to the police chief, actually approached me on it and asked if I was going to need some more for election. And so I said yes, because I'm not. The state said they were going to supply it the last time, but they didn't supply a real lot of it. But we had extra there. So we didn't have any problem. I had ordered, in fact, I have enough for the primary and for the FTR, those little packets of hand sanitizer gel. And we had them there, actually even going out. So we will have that. But we're going to have a problem keeping these polling locations sanitized. We're going to do the best we can. I'm going to have to look into some companies to see if we can get them for that day.
So what polling locations will we have for the primary? Did we put some together?
Yes, we only have one polling location.
And that's going to be at the high school. Okay.
So I'm going to check with the high school principal or the superintendent and see even if we have to pay additional for his janitorial service to be there to clean it beforehand and after, and we'll have our maintenance people there during the day.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we can get through that. That's my goal. And for the FTR, that also takes place at the high school.
So how many poll workers do you need for that then on the 8th?
On the 8th, we're not going to need as many. We will probably use 8 and a moderator and a clerk. How many did you get, Christine?
So we need 7 for the primary, and I have a little more than 7, so we should be
We're okay for the primary, because we're going to need somebody outside, inside, wiping the doors, keeping the line, making sure there's social distance. So we'll be okay for the primary. For the FTR, we're going to need more than that, though, because I'm only thinking the process through for the FTR right now, because we just set the date last Thursday. I just received the budget from the budget committee, and that's what starts the clock. So my guess is we would use the high school. We've requested it, but I would use probably double the number of poll workers so that we could keep lines going faster.
And that's the 26th on the FTR?
That's Saturday, September 26th. And I'm really kind of just in that thinking process yet. I mean, I'm not even sure how I do the hearing yet. So we're in the process. But that is, are we covering that? We're covering that further down. So the poll worker coverage, and the poll worker meals will have to work out before September 8th. I'll try to see what's available and get them some meals up there. We'll work on that, Christine. She's really bombarded with applications right now.
Well, if you need any help with it, Nancy, let me know, okay?
Okay, we'll work on the meals. We haven't done a lot of work on that yet. And the emergency ballot process. So tomorrow is the deadline for mail ballot applications. And I mean, we have gotten, do you have any idea, Christine, how many today you've got added? We can't hear you though.
Probably about 100
About 100 more just for the primary.
just for primary.
And we probably got the equal amount for the November election as well. So that ends tomorrow, the mail ballot application process. At 4 o'clock, Christine?
Yes, 4 o'clock.
But that starts the emergency ballot timing. Now, the Board of Election has passed regulations that the town halls have to be open for emergency ballot because they're providing us, did Steve Taylor get back to you, Christine?
Let me check.
So they're requiring that we have the DS200 and the Automark and the privacy booths, everything coming in. We're going to be using the town hall as a poll location from now, starting Wednesday, the 19th. Has he got back?
Yep, tomorrow, either early morning or in the afternoon.
Okay, so our equipment's coming in tomorrow. My plan is to section off from the entrance of the door right, which covers where my office door is. So I'll keep my office door closed. We'll put the privacy booths there and we'll put the Automark and the DS because we're not going to be allowing people all over the town hall. We will keep it open for the election, but it'll be stanchioned off because the town hall essentially is closed without an appointment.
Mhm.
But for this, that door will remain open. Christine, and I've brought back in Kathy Wood, will be stationed out in the lobby to handle anybody coming in for voting, and they will direct anybody else. If I find that that's not enough as it gets closer to the primary, I would think it would be enough for the primary, but if I'm wrong,
Yeah, I think it's plenty.
if I am wrong, what we'll do is bring in another poll worker because we're getting so many phone calls in our office that these girls are running ridiculous. So
It's very confusing.
it is because you are now going to have advertisement for the FTR in with the primary and the general election stuff's going to start. So it's kind of mumble jumble. People don't quite understand always. They try, but they don't always understand. So I'm going to try that. If I need to pull in a poll worker, I'll pull in a poll worker some days because there are certain days like Mondays. These girls have run ragged in there today,
Mhm.
you know, and I'll have to play it by ear as it comes. So, Board of Elections direction and regulations.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the State Board of Election. I don't know, Christine was on vacation last week, so she just got back. She actually is on vacation today, but was willing to come in and work today. The State Board of Elections passed some rules and regulations for this voting, for the emergency voting. I'm going to have her copy it and scan it and send it to you. She won't get it to you till tomorrow. But Christine, would you make note of that, please, to scan and send them because I believe they were having another meeting today or tomorrow. But they did pass regulations on emergency balloting, saying that the town halls have to be open for it and this, that, and
I'm
the other.
stepping away for a minute. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to ask if you have it sent to all of us.
Yes, yeah, different things came in. I tried,
Yeah.
I sent one thing out, but I wanted to, Christine hasn't been here, so
Yeah,
she was good enough to come in today.
thank you, Christine.
You're welcome.
But I wanted to go over the FTR a little bit, but the next two
Yeah.
items, you can do the next two items because you've been signing them anyway.
Yeah, okay.
I'm back.
Okay, so most of this is just for information anyway, but to try to keep you up to date. And go ahead, Bob. You've got,
Okay, go down to financial town referendum.
no, how about certification of statewide mail ballot applications?
Yeah. Okay, certification of statewide general election, November the 3rd, mail ballot applications.
And primary, September 8th.
Yes,
So he's got all the certification sheets here. They have changed it, so they're not requiring all this, but we've been doing this process, so we've kept it this way. Because when it's not in pandemic, you're gonna have to go back to that. It's just that they don't want us running back and forth to the state. So they're allowing us to hold them here. But I'm gonna need a motion to certify those.
okay, do we have a motion?
So move.
Second,
All those in favor?
aye.
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 I just got your minutes, Christine.
Okay, good.
Okay. Next is the financial town referendum.
So I put together a little sort of schedule. I'll have Christine mail that out to you as well. Some of this does not pertain to the Board of Canvas, some does. So right now, the Budget Committee handed me the docket on Wednesday, I believe. So per charter, until August 20th, which is what, Saturday? No, Thursday. The scheduling of that financial town referendum was done by executive order because I had no date to go to. Generally, we get a lot of our advertising and everything done because we know a date certain. We always know FTRs on the third Saturday. Without having a date, we had to set the date so we could make our deadlines back. So as of August 20th, no later than August 20th, the school committee or the town council, if they opt to put in a optional budget, I would have to receive it in my office by then. So that is Thursday, I believe. And then as of Saturday, no later than Saturday, and I'll be here Saturday till at least 1 or 2 o'clock, I have to have elector petitions available.
And you're talking the 22nd?
Yes, which is Saturday. So I already have, it says no later than, I have them available anyway. I've, the template is there. And then up until the 29th, which is the following, a week from Saturday, any petitioner who chooses to put in an alternate budget or resolution, it can up until the 29th. I'll make sure I'm here or someone else is here. I put by 2 o'clock because I'm not going to stay till 4 o'clock if it's me here, and that's fine to do. So that's the deadlines. That has nothing to do with the Board of Canvas. It has only to do with the clerk. Also, but this does have, we try to follow Title 17, but the FTR is not Title 17. So the last day to register, though, is the same. We count back the 30 days, just like it would be for a normal election. So the last day to register for the to vote at the FTR is going to be August 27th. Now, I need to set a meeting to certify the final canvas. And it has to be, I believe, 7 days after, at least 7 days or 5 days after that. We kind of set a date, didn't we, Christine, for September, September 3rd or the 1st?
Yeah, I don't have that list in front of me.
Okay, do you have a calendar there, though?
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't have my phone or a calendar.
Okay, I've got, the 3rd is Thursday.
The 3rd is a Thursday?
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, I thought it was the 1st. So
And that's a Tuesday.
explained to Bobby today too. When we set another meeting, we set it as a goal meeting, you know, if we have something to meet for. So I actually have the advertisement on my desk. It's either going to be the 1st or it's going to be the 3rd for the final canvas, which is the 5 days that you allow anybody to come in and appeal, anybody who is a registered voter. Christine, those advertisements are right on my desk, I think.
Want me to grab them?
It doesn't matter whether it's the 1st or the 3rd. Christine will send you copies of all these ads that are going out. She'll send you all this information for this. Oh, I'm sorry. I put September 4th, Friday as the final canvas date to certify the voter registration. It's my next thing on this. And it's the deadline for anybody to object to it. So we put September 4th on the Friday.
Okay.
That actually gives it 7 days. 7 or 8, yeah. So we'll check that again by statute to see if it's supposed to be 7 or 5 days. But I think it's one of those not less than.
And that's just before Labor Day.
It is. I put it at 2 o'clock. So we could get that. We're not here late on a Friday night because we're here nights and weekends. We've got people in here. So then it comes to the public hearing I'm going to have, I believe, on the 10th, which is Thursday night, which is the normal for when we have it. The only problem is I'm still in the process. I think it's going to have to be a virtual meeting because I don't know whether you're going to have 10 people or 100 people. So I have no idea how to prepare for that.
Well, I think it depends if you get an alternate budget.
Right. So a lot of this I'll know more by August 29th, but I need to get that advertised.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the 15th of September is the deadline to return the absentee mail ballot applications. Now, you have to remember that all these mail ballot applications that are coming in now, we're certifying in the computer. The State of Rhode Island Board of Elections is sending out the mail ballots. We're not paying that postage. We're not paying the postage to send you the ballot and for you to send it back because it's all going through the state. FTR, we designed all those. The first year we had the FTR, we had to sit down, design a ballot application, design an envelope, design a provisional ballot. We order the ballots from the same vendor that they order any election ballots for the paper to run through the DS200s. But it's going to cost us a lot more in postage and stuff. So we're working on it. I mean, we can only do as much we can do. But the very first year we had the FTR, we had absentee voting 3 days. We had it on the Thursday, Friday, and the Monday because it was on a Tuesday. But now we've moved it to a Saturday. When they moved it to a Saturday in 2014, I think, we changed it to only 2 days of absentee balloting. The absentee voting is just like this emergency voting.
Yeah.
You're going to come right in the town hall and you can vote. We have a pretty good turnout on that,
One of the best, I think.
I think.
Yeah.
So the problem's going to be whether we want to extend that another day back to 3 days. If it gets to be a contentious FTR, we may even want more than the 3 days. It's kind of in flex a little bit, but I have to get these advertisings out because I have deadlines to get advertising. So I'm not quite sure. Right now, I've set it for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Because on the Saturday is the FTR at the high school. But I've set those 3 days, that's full election days from 7 in the morning till 8 at night here at the town hall 3 days prior. We're kind of lucky because I don't think there's no tax quarter due then. So, because we're limited to parking here too. But that's about how I've set that up so far. But you have to realize some of this could change. It's fluid.
Your head must be swimming.
Huh?
Your head must be swimming.
Well,
All of this.
you know, you can only take it one day at a time.
Yeah.
So that's just an overall, I will send that. It's all done up already on a schedule. We'll put it on the website and Christine, make sure you go through the packet with me before you scan it to them tomorrow. Just so that I'm going to put this up on the website. But when I put it on the website, I've got to, I can't be switching dates. So right now I'm going to leave it at the 3. If it looks like it's going to be a contentious FTI, I have no idea. If it does, we might want to consider adding another day to the absentee part. Because I just don't want to see, it also bothers me that I don't want to see people congregating outside or in line here either. So it's all going to be kind of how we can handle it. But for those 3 days, we have full poll workers here.
Okay.
We will have 2 sets of supervisors, a moderator, a clerk. And then we'll have our staff helping out. And I hope to have Kathy come back for FTR and still be able to use it for the general election. So that's about where we are with the FTR.
So are you going to have Jody and Lori there at the primary?
They don't want to do it because the FTR is on a Saturday, so they cannot do that one.
Okay.
And because I just talked to them yesterday again, in fact. So they can't do the FTR because it's on a Saturday. And the primary is the day after the holiday, and they go up to a camper.
Okay, I just was curious.
But what I did tell them is they, if we could use them for the FTR prior to the Saturday. But see, their bakery is open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and they prep on Wednesday.
Mhm.
So we'll have to see. She said, I told her I'd keep her there. We'd keep in touch as to, because maybe before on the general election where it's on a Tuesday, they may be able to help for that one. Although she says,
Well, and you'll have more polling places then too, right? I'm
guessing, yes. I mean, we have 7 locations for a general election.
Yeah.
If all locations are willing to do it, I'm seeing things come by that some cities and communities are having trouble getting their polling locations.
Yeah.
Christine called them all, but they're saying, well, yeah, but it's not a definite yes. It's like, we'll see how the pandemic's going,
Mhm.
so, but I am getting an awful lot of calls of people that just do not want to go to the polling place. They want this mail ballot application, but they also want the security of it.
Mhm.
And that's why I told them, knock on our door, we'll take it. It's a little more work in there, but we got to do what we got to do. Now, the Board of Canvas is going to have to meet to approve the FTR ballot. That doesn't need to happen till after the 29th because I won't have a ballot till then. But it's got to come very close after the 29th.
Okay.
Okay. And I did send an email and I spoke to Miguel at the Board of Election, and I sent an email to Bob Raposa, Miguel and Steve Taylor so that they would know that's the date of our FTR and be prepared for it. So the state's aware that's the date we've got. And he said he didn't have any other issue on that date so far. They were going to get back to me. But so I'm just to let you know, part of the Board of Canvas role is that and I will, for that meeting, we will have the solicitor join in. Just because I think we've done it before, we should do it, make it consistent. He's there for you. We may as well bring it in. In fact, he told me I should have invited him to these. I forgot to invite him to this.
So Nancy, when is the tentative for signing that ballot?
Well, it can't happen until after Saturday, the 29th. So we'll set the date of immediately on the Monday, I would imagine. What's the Monday, the 1st?
No, the 31st.
All right, I would suggest we set it for the 31st.
The first is Tuesday.
Yeah, we should set it right in the morning so we can get it out. We should probably set it September 1st to give me a chance to make sure it's all ready for you. But as I get closer, if I find it's ready ahead of time, I mean, who knows? We could only have the budget committees. So I could have it prepared already, you know? So we have to play it by ear. I don't know any more than the rest of you do.
But we've got to be there for that, right?
Well, we have to have at least a Zoom meeting because you have to approve the ballot. We can send the ballot to everybody with the email, but you've got to review it and approve it. So the ballot would be the budget proposal and any resolutions. And we will have sent it to the attorney ahead of time.
Okay.
Okay, I think he already has the budget committee one and those resolutions. Just in case, I'll send it out. Oh, shoot, I wrote on this. Oh, well. Go ahead. Up to you, Bob.
What we do,
You're on general election update.
the official state mail-in box drop requirement.
So people have actually been calling. They've seen it on TV, I guess, and they've been calling about it. They're kind of anxious to have it out there. We're getting the normal questions like, you know, how many, are you going to empty it during the day? Are you going to empty it at night? Can I put it in there? How are you stay? You're going to keep it secured? Are you Well, the state in these regulations, they actually are requiring that you make sure it's bolted down. It's going to be set in the cement pad, bolted down. They said under light and camera. I don't know if we're going to get that all accomplished. But if you don't, what they want you to do is put it inside your town hall. That way nobody can get to it. I think it defeats the purpose if I put it inside, because the idea of these is that people can use it 24/7.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to drop it
Yeah.
inside in here, just knock on my door. We'll take it. You don't need a drop box. Now, we use that drop box that we have out there for the presidential preference primary. We had no problem at all.
And then when you empty the box, then will you automatically put it on the DS200s, or when do you actually?
No. Those boxes won't be out there for the primary. They'll
Right.
have to use the regular one. No, because those go to the state to be counted.
Oh, okay,
Now, at one time, they talked about a courier coming to pick them up. I don't know. We haven't got that far down the line yet, but we will take them, however we're tracking them, and put them in the vault. They will always be locked in a vault here.
okay.
We'll make a couple of, just like they do now for the mail or
Yeah.
for the applications, we'll make a couple of runs out there during the day and pull in what we've got. And we'll do it exactly when we leave and first thing in the morning. So we will, we'll keep it as secured as we can.
Next is polling locations and sanitation of polling locations. We already went over that.
We went over that. We went
Yeah.
over it the last meeting. I'm going to
Yeah.
be checking into some cleaning companies, I guess. Because I can understand it. I understand. I'm like Amicable Church. They use that for church. They don't want a lot of people coming in to vote and having a clean up after all that. They want it sanitized before you use it and after. And I'm going to guess that VFW and Sandy Woods and Country View are going to be the same thing. Especially Country View. That's an elderly development.
But that's a moot point until the general election, right?
That's mute till the general election because
Yeah.
nothing's going on till then.
Give pimples on.
But you can't do that last minute because you
Right.
won't get a cleaning company.
Yeah.
You can't wait last minute, but we'll just keep it on the agenda to stay ahead of it.
Okay,
And we discussed the poll workers under the other ones, so.
and then what about training?
There's scheduled training. Christine was actually on a seminar with the state today, weren't you, Christine?
Yes, it was how to set up for the emergency 20-day, the DS200 and all the machines that come with it. So it was just how to set it up, basically.
Okay.
But when is the training for the poll workers?
They have one training, but they did advise that anyone that worked the last poll does not need
Oh,
reach.
good.
So most of the people that I have are from the last election. So we should be good. But they do
Remember, it's only a Democrat ballot you can get.
Mhm.
If you're a Republican, you can't vote. If you say you're a Democrat, you got to vote provisional. They don't have you marked as that, so. But I am surprised at how many mail ballots requests we're getting already.
Hmm.
So that, what, I thought that was like September something. No, for this primary.
Yeah.
When is it? Is it the end of August, the training? I thought it was, I thought I saw something the end of August. Difficult to keep up with because all these three.
Yeah.
Go on to, you can go on to the minutes, Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's at the end of the month. I don't have an exact date. But there is one training that we can send out, but I just don't have the exact.
Zoom.
Okay,
It's on Zoom.
Oh, it is,
Yeah,
okay.
Zoom.
Okay, next is sanitation of polling locations. We
No, we did
covered
that.
that. Poll workers coverage update and poll workers meals.
Covered that.
Approved.
Well, approval of the minutes. Do you
Yeah,
want to
approve.
continue the minutes or,
Yeah.
Paul, did you get a chance?
yes, I move that we continue the minutes of August the 7th.
Okay.
Well, just in the meantime, let me just see here for a second. Damn it, sorry to keep everybody waiting here. On those minutes,
Mhm.
it's indicated that the meeting was Friday, August 20th, so we know that's an error.
Oh, we didn't change the top part. We'll fix that. It was August 5th, right? was a Friday, but I think it was August 5th. We'll check that. Good catch.
It was August 7th, I think.
Seven.
And
Catch it.
It was
under,
the 7th.
under number 6, motion made by member Paul Amaral to accept the minutes as amended. I know it's only a minor thing, but it should be as amended.
Good catch. We knew you weren't going to get them in time, but I wanted to just draft them out, get them out, so you've got them for the next. What the clean ones for the next meeting will have those 2 amendments of Paul's. If anybody else has anything they want to change, please just text us it, email us it so that we can stay on top.
Does anyone have anything else to bring up?
Well, Deanna continued them, but I don't have a second.
Yeah.
Second,
Okay, all those in favor?
aye.
And then that's it.
Now, if somebody make a motion to adjourn, we'll.
No, Bobby, when's our next meeting?
Well, I will probably
Yeah.
gonna need one by next week.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Let Christine send out an email. I hate to schedule it a specific time, because then if we don't have enough for you to come in to do that, because it's really kind of,
I didn't hear what you said.
the emergency ballots. Do you need them in here to finish certifying all these primary ones? But tomorrow's the deadline. And you got to get them in the mail if it's postmarked. So probably around, you want to say next Monday?
Me.
Which is the 24th.
Because, let's see. Because we're definitely going to have to meet on, what did we say, September 1st?
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
24th,
you have September the 1st.
the 1st, so that sounds all right.
24th.
If something comes up in between time, we will let you know.
So there is a meeting on the 24th, next Monday?
Yes,
What time is that?
whatever time the board wants.
The 5 o'clock of Zoom works fine with me.
That would be fine with me.
What time? 5?
5 o'clock.
Yeah, that's okay with me. Okay, we'll set it, meeting 24th of September, 5 p.m.
24th of August, right?
Right.
August, you're right. Thank you, Paul.
And the next one is September the 1st. And we have to approve the ballot.
That's to approve the ballot. So that one we definitely need,
Yeah, so that's 2 weeks in between. That's good.
right?
I mean, 1 week in between.
What time you going to make the one on September 1st, Nancy?
Well, why don't we see, well, I'd like it in the morning only because then I could get it up to the state.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah, well, I'm going to be honest with you. Tuesday is my day to go into the office, so I may not be able to make that.
would you rather have Monday?
The 31st.
Yeah, well, if you have it in the morning, it probably will be difficult. So, you
Uh,
might wanna-
Okay, what time do you get out of the office? Night? I'm trying to think, I would like to get it done on, we could do it Monday afternoon later, like 4 o'clock, just to certify that.
okay, that'd be fine.
How about you?
Monday, the 31st.
Yes.
Yeah,
So you want to do it Monday at 4? Is that what you said?
yeah, let's do it Monday. So
And
it'll
that's
be
in person, right?
August 31st at 4 PM. Anybody who wants to come in person comes to the town hall. Other than that, it has to be during this pandemic. It doesn't matter if you're in the town hall. It still has to be YouTube live.
Yeah.
Because how else can people that don't want to come in see it? So it's
Okay,
fine,
so-
if you know, but you don't see as many documents. Every now and then you probably should have one here just to. But the problem when you come here is we can't have too many computers on because they fight each other. So like right now I'm sharing with Bobby, and usually Chris is good about letting somebody in his office to use one. And Christine has one in her office.
Meeting on the 31st at 4, is that in person or is that Zoom?
You can Zoom if you want to, Paul.
So you'll send a Zoom notification out then, right?
Yes, yes,
right.
we have to have a Zoom notification, yeah.
You prefer that I be in the office?
Well, not if we can get you the information on Monday and you can review it. Because the ballots, I will only know on Saturday. I will try to use that Saturday or Sunday to get it on certification. I'll only know if I get a petitioner one till then. And I'll know if I get a school one by this Thursday, I guess.
Okay,
So I mean, these are good tentative dates, but they might change.
Well, I'll plan on being there in person on the 31st.
All right, that way, anything that has to be signed,
Yeah.
Deetta, because that is going to have to be signed.
Yeah. So I'll be there on the 31st in person.
Okay. All right, so did we adjourn?
Not yet.
motion to adjourn.